Hello, 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 and welcome to episode number 25 of Through the Ball podcast. I'm joined here with Rob.
Hello.
Lewis.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Special guest friend of the podcast, Matt.
Hello.
And of course, me, myself, and I, aka H-Dog, aka Harley Hubbard, aka
The 4-year-old
the
virgin.
big boy. How are we all doing tonight, boys?
Very well, thank you.
Not bad in yourself?
Very well, very well.
Good.
How's it going, Matt?
All good, all good.
Good to have you back in the hot seat again.
Back once again with the ill behaviour.
Indeed,
Good to
indeed.
be back.
Obviously, Alex still MIA. Who knows where he is? We don't even know anymore.
AWOL.
He's gone. He's gone.
Fatherhood has him now.
Yeah, exactly. So what's everyone been up to this week then?
I've not been up to much. I've just been, I haven't been doing the usual riding through the local woods. I went
No,
to
really?
a different set of woods,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Yeah, I went to...
The not so local woods then.
No, they're not so local. No, it was Queen Elizabeth Country Park. We thought it was going to be a really fantastic day of riding. It was all right, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't the
It wasn't.
best.
It wasn't like didn't live up to your usual.
No, it's not. It doesn't have the usual standard. Like
Oh,
usually,
that's a shame.
yeah, it's just got. It had like there were only a few jumps. And not that I do like massive jumps, but like I was expecting more. It was fast, flowy trails. They were good. They were good, but like they
Slightly
were,
disappointing there.
It wasn't disappointing, but it was good to go there because get good practice going fast. But yeah,
I've heard you do massive jumps.
who? What to conclusions?
yeah,
But-
you
but
do
not-
massive jumps.
Yeah, I've heard there's massive jumps.
Yeah, you
taking
had a
place.
massive jump earlier this evening when you arrived, didn't you, Rob?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
So it's just for our viewers, when Rob arrived today, he arrived on his own. Poor sod, I know. But as he was pulling up outside my house, I was conveniently just going outside my house and thought I'm going to take this opportunity to give him the scare of his life. So I crept up and hid behind the wall at the entrance to my driveway. As he was walking up, jumped up and went, "Hello!" And you completely shit yourself.
Yeah,
And nearly swung at me. You swung your bag at me and went to punch me. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
The bag was to block. I thought you were throwing a punch at me.
Oh, so you used it like a
the bag was to
like
block.
a shield then.
Oh well, yeah.
Well, there's a little troll behind the wall
Brilliant.
waiting to throw punches at you.
You did scare the shit out of me. Yeah, I was caught off
It
guard.
was, yeah. In hindsight, I should have filmed it because it was great.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd be got like that, and yeah, it was bad.
It was good.
But yeah, so no. Other than that, it was just usual riding around the woods.
Oh yeah, fair
But
play.
yeah, and yeah, nothing else really happened. But yeah, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
right.
How about you? What were you up to?
Oh, I cooked baked beans for the first time in my life this week.
What the hell? How? What?
got-
I mean, wait, not how. I know how you cook baked beans, but so hang on. Why have you never cooked baked beans before?
I've just never done it before.
not
What,
done
you've
it.
never made yourself baked beans?
Never.
How did you
Never
cook 'em?
before this week.
Harley tries baked beans.
How did you cook them?
I just put them in a pan and put the heat on them. It's
mean-
surprisingly easy. I mean, it's just beans, isn't it?
You can
Baked
put them in the
beans.
microwave.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, you probably can, but I'm
No,
old
no,
school.
you definitely can.
I haven't learnt that method yet.
That's
right?
a lot easier, I think, than a pan. But
Well, they were pretty easy to cook.
did you enjoy them?
Yes, I did. Yeah, and I also had come to a little conclusion as well.
What?
Everyone always raves on about beans on toast,
Right?
but I think the real winner is beans and toast. Okay. What? So when you have beans on toast, you get your toast, you put your butter on or
I know
whatever.
what, yeah, we all know what.
pour your
Everybody
beans
in
on.
the UK knows what beans on toast is.
Oh, I'll skip the
This is for our foreign
explanation of it. But whenever you have beans on toast, the bread always gets so soggy from the bean juice.
Yeah.
That's the best.
And it is the worst. I hate soggy bread. So what I've been doing is I've been having the toast, putting the butter on and whatnot, and putting the beans in a bowl and and spooning the beans onto the bread and
Right.
taking a bite of the bread. So the bread
Okay.
stays crisp the whole time, and it's just the little bit that I'm putting the beans on that gets soggy. But that obviously I eat that quickly enough so that I don't get soggy bread.
And your bread stays stronger for longer.
Exactly. What a quote.
Wow, are you proud of yourself for cooking beans?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like a hard task, but it's just, I've never done it before. I've always
Wow.
had someone cook beans for me.
Yeah, the maid
So,
and all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It does stain your Tupperware in the microwave.
Yes, it does.
It does. It does. You are
Not that I
honestly,
know, but I'm sure it does.
You never cease to amaze me.
Oh, thanks. What have you been up to this week, Lewis?
So I've not been up to a great deal this week. But what I found something this week.
Oh yeah.
So I'm quite fond of beef jerky.
Oh yeah.
And I found a story about a group of scientists that found a 36,000-year-old bison,
Bloody hell.
okay, in the ice.
Yeah.
And his meat was preserved because he was frozen.
Oh okay.
They found him, obviously did all their inspections and dating and science experiments that they tend to do. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the ins and outs. And then what they did, they cooked and consumed some of his preserved meat.
So there was like 36 or how old was it? Sorry, 37,000 years.
36,000 years old. So they cut off a piece of his neck and they made a stew out of it.
Ooh.
And then obviously split it amongst themselves. Apparently it had a strong earthy aroma. But it was delicious.
Wow. Okay.
Would you eat 36,000-year-old meat?
Yes.
Depends how it was cooked. If it was done right, you know. If Salt Bay was making it, probably yeah.
I mean, I guess it's been preserved, but
It's a weird
I
one,
kind
isn't
of feel put off a little bit by the fact it's so old.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
They say you should only leave meat frozen for a month in your freezer,
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
but clearly there's not a problem because this bison's been there for 36,000 times 12 months. There was a moment there I thought, oh, can I do the math? It's not
He pulled
that
through.
chance.
He pulled through.
So,
Oh.
yeah, that's pretty much my week. Matt, what have you been up to?
I've not been up to too much, but I did. Actually, at the weekend, I did go to a cat do.
A cat what?
A what?
A cat do.
A cat do.
What is this?
That's like what?
A cat do.
Yeah, I went to a cat do.
Can you
Okay.
explain what a cat do is?
Now,
What's-
yeah, I have
What's a
no
cat-
idea.
what's a cat
I
do?
kind of want to guess.
Meow.
I knew he was going for it. I realised.
Oh,
Oh my god, that was straight.
I was
over
like,
my
no,
head.
Yeah.
nobody said it. Oh.
I was like, oh, what? Yeah, what could a cat? I thought it was going to be like a cat's birthday party or something.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Is
You've
this
got
like a cat
stag do.
makeover or something?
Oh.
They went through my head first, but then I read it and then I realised. I was like, oh yeah.
Touche, Matt. Touche.
Yeah, well in, well in.
Anything else?
Yeah, I went to a duck do. Wait.
Oh, quality. Oh Jesus.
No, I did actually. I spoke to my when I got back from the podcast last time. I spoke to my mum about that story I said about my uncle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My mum said, "Oh, you want to hear what he's done next?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so what's he done next
okay.
then? If it's anything like the last story, this should be amazing.
So next he was traveling up to I can't remember where it was actually, but he's traveling up to watch his son had a boxing match. My cousin,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it didn't end up happening unfortunately, but that was supposed to happen. And they stopped off on the way up there, and there was a massive queue for the toilets.
Ooh.
And I think they went up in a coach,
Right.
and a massive queue for the toilets. My uncle thought, I'm not queuing for that. I'll run down and pee by the river.
As you would, yeah.
Okay. And
And
this is what services was it, or just on the way somewhere?
was just at a pub on the
Okay,
way.
Right.
And he did the classic peeing at the side of a river and had a bit of a tumble.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, Christ.
Foot in the river, face full of stinging nails.
That is the worst.
Oh,
Mate.
Jesus Christ.
And then he had
On a
to.
coach ride as well.
Yeah,
Oh
and I
my
think he had to
God.
queue up for the toilets anyway to like clean himself up.
Was he like soaking wet there, was he?
I guess so. Yeah.
That's amazing.
He didn't go fully in. I don't think. Just he had the one leg in.
But
Wet, yeah.
wet foot's bad enough because you're on a coach journey. You've not got any spare. If you're in your car, you might have something.
Oh,
Was that beer again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get a towel. Get a
hell.
towel.
go on, innit?
Go on, Lewis.
Every bloody week.
Mate.
1 minute later.
yeah. So there were some leaves there, and he sort of didn't know where he was stepping. But then that reminded me. It's just reminded me. I had a similar experience years ago, and Rob was there.
Right.
So I needed a piss walking home, and I shone my light down off the side of this road. Shone my light down there. It all looked sort of clear to run down. And I ran down. The floor was covered in leaves. and it was a river, and I literally ran straight into the river,
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I remember this.
right next to a sewage plant.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't it a sewage stream?
Yeah, I only
Lovely.
saw you walk into the bush. I didn't realise it went down like 12 foot into like then into a river.
Yeah.
And you
Oh
just
my.
disappeared. And I heard you screaming down as you went down. But yeah, that was
Oh.
a funny night.
Yeah, so
So-
we are related.
Yeah, you literally are related. Yeah, not only as your uncle got to endure a whole now coach journey with a wet foot. Honestly, there's nothing worse than wet socks. Either.
Oh, no, yeah, it is the
I'm like,
worst.
I'm like cringing at the thought of it. He's got a face full of stinging nettles as well.
Oh, my
not
God.
good.
Christ. And then queued up for the toilet again. Just,
That's amazing.
So the moral of the story was queue up for the toilet.
Just queue up for the
Just go
toilets.
to the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and go careful on the side of rivers.
Yeah.
Which is something you're good at.
Yeah, I
aren't
was
you,
about to say,
Lewis?
it's a bit of a theme actually through the wall because Lewis, I seem to remember you falling in the river once.
Yeah, I have actually. So I was drunk on the side of. I was stood on the side of a riverbed.
Yes.
I was quite drunk, and we were all having a few beers down by the river.
Yeah, as you
I
do.
was stood chatting with my back to the river. Unbeknown to me, I'd stepped backwards and worked my way closer and closer to the riverbank
Yeah.
until the point where I stepped backwards and fell off the riverbank. But it wasn't just a riverbank; it was about 5-6 foot
Yeah,
drop.
it was a big old drop, and it wasn't into like shallow water; it was into deep water.
Yeah.
So you fully went under.
I fully went under, but I will say I kept my beer out of the water the whole time. It was
You did.
just pure instinct.
Honestly,
And then, I honestly I didn't have a clue what had happened. It took me by surprise. I literally 1 minute I stood there, next minute I'm like swimming.
swimming, yeah, in a river.
Swimming in, I couldn't touch the bottom. It was it was proper deep.
Yeah,
and then you and my brother had to lie down on the grass. This is how deep it is, just to give you an idea, listeners. Had to lie down on the grass, lean over with a hand each, and pull me out.
Pull him up, yeah.
Pull me out of the river.
It was for some reason you had your. I seem to remember you having your phone torch on in your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why, but it was lucky
Probably
enough
looking to
because
see
we
where
could.
I was going.
Yeah, and we
If only
could.
I'd turned around.
Yeah, if only. But it was a good thing you did because when you fell in, well, I mean, I wasn't looking at you at the time. We just heard a big splash. And I turned around and went, "What the fuck is that?" And Lewis is nowhere to be seen. You just see a torch coming from like the river, and oh my God! I remember we pulled you up and just like we stripped you off, and you were like, "Oh, you were shivering."
I actually wore. You had a jumper on, and I wore it as a pair of trousers.
You
to
did,
walk home.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What a fucking
Oh, mate.
what a night!
that was pretty mad.
I've got the news, and I want your views.
Oh yeah.
First up this week, burglar steals 8-pot noodles in a raid, but leaves some flavours behind.
Oh, right. So the obvious question is, what flavours did he leave behind?
What flavours do you think he left behind?
I don't know. I don't eat pot noodles, so I don't know any flavours.
Maybe you can try one of them next week.
Maybe.
Chicken and mushroom, that's the classic one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like chicken and mushroom, does it? I didn't even think about having mushroom in for years.
Oh,
even though
okay.
it's called, even though it's
Chicken
chicken
and
and mushroom, you don't even notice the.
No.
So you are absolutely spot on there. Chicken and mushroom were the ones left behind.
Really?
And he stole the beef and tomato.
I mean, it does sound nicer than the chicken and mushroom.
It's not.
I meant that he would have.
So the bit of context, bit of backstory. A frightened mum claims 8-pot noodles were stolen from her home during a break-in, which sparked a large police response, including a helicopter.
What? Just for 8-pot noodles?
Is that all that was
Is that all
stolen
they
as well?
stole?
All they stole 8-pot noodles.
That's amazing.
The man reportedly climbed on a nearby roof, which is why the police helicopter was dispatched, because they thought he might still be up on a roof.
Oh my God.
And it was 5:15 in the morning.
What? So he's probably come home from a night out and just craving
Yeah.
pot noodles.
Wow, yeah, potentially. Yeah.
That's the same.
Bloody hell.
So she saw him on camera in the garden. He then jumped up on the roof and climbed in for a window.
All that effort just to steal some pot noodles.
But they were king-size pot noodles.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, that,
same,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll let him
Yeah.
off
There
this
you go.
time. Then.
Understandable.
Did he steal a fork?
Still some boiling water as well.
I hope he did, because I couldn't imagine eating a dry pot noodle.
Oh, God,
That's
yeah.
hardly tries.
Chinese goat farm is using facial recognition to stop incest.
Eh?
Chinese goat farm
Yeah.
using facial recognition on the goats
On the goats.
to stop them breeding with each other, aka incest.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
breeding with like family members.
Oh, see, I thought you meant like the people running the farm.
No,
I was like, how is that connected the two? I didn't understand that. But no, that makes sense. I mean, like, you can't really stop it. It's nature, isn't it?
No, you can stop it,
Well-
and it's not nature.
they're proving that you can stop it.
Well, yeah, you obviously can because they're doing it. But like, if they're naturally doing it, aren't they?
So
Yeah.
the
That's-
AI technology uses a camera to track the goats that house together that may be related to one another. And they do it based off color coding, apparently. If two goats, do you want to have a guess if what happens if two goats start going at it?
Squid Game.
Do they get electrocuted?
No, they do not.
What happens then?
The collars on their neck blow up.
No,
They get shot.
no. So if two goats
What if
start trying
they're
to mate,
from the same family?
Yep.
You mean?
I'll tell you, I'll save you the trouble. If two related goats start trying to mate, the technology will send staff members at the farm updates on their phone so they can put a stop to it, aka the goat cock blockers.
So they could literally come running out.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6.
Oi!
you pervert.
I'm only going to say like they.
That's
Your brother. Oh, that's quality.
Woman kicked out of church as members mistake coriander for marijuana.
Yeah.
So this is a story about a US church,
Yeah.
and a woman has been kicked out for taking coriander or cilantro for our American listeners. She's taken it into church where other members of the church have seen her and kicked off, and she's been booted out.
Why was she taking it into the church in the first place? Was she cooking
Yeah,
something?
that's
So she had the coriander or cilantro to make a Mexican soup when she got home. Mexican soup called menudo. If you're wondering, never heard of it myself, but you might know what it is.
I've never heard of that, but it sounds all right.
I've not heard of it.
So I'm confused. So did you think she took the coriander from home, brought it to church with her to take it home to cook something, or do you reckon she bought it while she was out?
No, she brought it while she was out. Why would she take coriander to church?
That's what I was trying to wrap my head around. But surely it's when they buy it, surely it's in a packet which like says it on there.
and if she had
Unless
the
it was
other
from a market
ingredients,
or like a
Black
You know.
market.
black market. Yeah, that she bought her from a coriander dealer.
Oh, that's funny though.
So yeah, the video can be seen, and they're confronting her and asking her why she's brought weed to the congregation.
So has she been like banned?
No, she was banned, but she's now back allowed in because there was a whole investigation took place.
Oh, that's good news.
The police came. Police came and examined the coriander or the drugs and announced that it wasn't anything to be concerned about. It was purely for her dinner.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord, yeah.
I thought woman in bed was a giant panda, says homeless ex-lawyer dressed in fishnets and G-string who crept into her bedroom.
Oh,
that was a lot to take on.
There's a lot there to
Yeah,
digest.
yeah,
So,
that's-
any initial thoughts?
Good
Why would
fun.
a-
So
Why would a panda be in the bed?
why is a homeless guy going into someone's house anyway?
So, I thought woman in bed was a giant panda, says the homeless ex-lawyer who was dressed in fishnets and a G-string and crept into her bedroom. So, an Irish lawyer has sneaked into a woman's bedroom wearing stockings and a purple G-string.
Ooh la
He's
la.
been cleared by a jury after he explained he believed the woman was a huge panda. But I don't know what that's got to do with anything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, why would you be
Because
like,
that
oh,
doesn't
fair enough?
explain why he's in the bedroom or why he's
Yeah.
creeping into a random house or why he's in a G-string and fishnets. Pervert.
He's another one going for the insanity plea, isn't he?
So he was a former high-flying lawyer. He said he'd taken so many drugs he thought the woman was a bear.
Okay,
that's
there
amazing.
you go.
After he broke into her house and went in her bedroom.
After she woke up to see him standing in her bedroom doorway in
That must have been
fishnets and a
a
G-string.
sight and a half. God,
Yeah,
can you imagine that?
I mean, yeah, that'd be frightening.
very well.
What would you do, Rob? Would you jump as much as you jumped earlier?
I would do the same thing.
Fishnets and a G-string?
I'd do the same thing. I'd throw the bag first and then come with a swing behind that. And then, yeah, hopefully, who knows what would happen then on.
I thought
Yeah,
you'd be used
who
to
does?
seeing men in fishnets and a G-string in your bedroom.
No.
Not what I've heard.
I'd probably just
Who do you speak to?
I'd probably just eat some
Harley?
bamboos. you know.
Your fishnet man. He said he can't get hold of you recently.
Don't fucking know him, that's why.
Just on an unrelated note, Rob, I haven't been able to get hold
For
of you.
fuck's sake. What is this? This is real grill Rob, is it? I don't respond to anybody. You're lucky if you get a text back.
Oh yeah.
So the jury cleared him of trespassing with the intent to commit a sexual offence after just 30 minutes.
Wow.
He must have had
Quick jury,
good.
Yeah.
He must have had a good lawyer.
Well, he must have
Didn't
been a
he
good
not
lawyer.
represent
Probably got
himself?
some contacts, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely was what I was going to say. He clearly knows a few people in the business
Yeah.
as a lawyer himself.
So I've made a little observation about the world this week.
Oh.
Okay.
I know. Calm down, everyone. So everyone knows a red onion, yes?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they called red onions? They're very clearly purple. They are though, aren't they? When you think of a red onion,
Right.
they are purple. They're not red.
They're only purple once you peel them, though.
No. They're even the skins. They're purple.
I don't. I guess I can see where you're coming from, but they're still a very odd purpley shade of red.
No, they're definitely more purple than they are
I
red.
think this is gonna have to be a poll.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a poll.
We'll
But
put it up on Instagram at Through the Wall Podcast. Tell us if you think that if they're red or purple. I can very clearly see that they're purple,
yeah.
but yet they are called red onions, and it's really confusing.
Does it change from country to country, like climate or whatever? Does that make
Oh, it might do. It
does that
might make a
a
difference.
difference? Because I could have sworn I've seen onions that are actually red.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't want to say.
I mean, so
who
can
the
I. And they're
fuck
called
knows?
red onions.
Not purple ones.
I'm trying to think now.
This is it. I'm a bit-
Are you going to show us a picture of an onion?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Google red onion.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I think they are a shade of red personally, but there is a purple tinge to them, and they're definitely purple once you've peeled them and you're looking at the skin.
Well, I'm going to stick with my guns and say they're definitely purple.
Okay.
Unless I'm slightly colourblind, which I'll probably want to get that checked out if I am. Another thing I've noticed this week as well.
Right.
So I've noticed that girls tend to have better handwriting than boys.
Yes,
What do you think? True or false?
obviously. Yes.
True, yeah.
Why is that?
No, not in all cases.
Not in all cases,
Most
no.
times.
But I think this isn't.
Generally speaking,
It's
like
stereotypically.
stereotypically,
yeah.
Yeah.
yes. Because I was watching my little sister do some writing the other day, and I was watching her write. I was like, "How the hell are you writing that neatly?" And she's like, "Oh, I can do different styles of writing. I can write it like this, slanted like this, or I can write it stood up like this." And I was like, I can barely write like any way.
Is this your sister that's doing? Have you got a sister doing an art degree?
Yes, but that's a different one, different
okay.
sister.
All right, I was going to say 'cause
This
that
might
explain
be to do with them just taking more pride in what they do.
Yeah.
Actually caring about
it.
their handwriting.
it.
Yeah, it
Well,
could
maybe,
be.
A lot
maybe.
of guys just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not essential for us, really.
Yeah,
No,
I do
but
not.
you know,
I don't
girls
give a
are
shit about
sitting
my
and
writing, and
practice
it
it
shows.
Exactly.
They say that your handwriting, you can tell like from a person's personality. There's people that like read handwriting and can like
It's mad how
see
they do
about
that.
find out lots of information about someone from their handwriting.
Oh, I wonder if we can
Definitely
get.
know if they had. Sorry. carry on.
I wonder if we can get in contact with anyone, see what they can see of us, of our personalities from our
You
handwriting.
don't
Yeah,
want
if
them picking
anyone-
apart that, mate.
If anyone listening can read handwriting, then give us a shout. Get in contact.
If anyone can actually read my handwriting, full stop, give us a shout because I
Yeah,
mean I can't.
that would
I
be
can't even
impressive.
read it myself.
Something I've seen this week that's been doing the rounds on social media is people using Urban Dictionary to find out the meaning or supposed meaning of their names.
Oh,
So
okay.
Urban Dictionary, for
Oh.
those that don't know, is a website you can type in a name and it gives any slang sort of meanings, definitions to words.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredibly funny. Check it out if you haven't already seen. So I have here the meanings of our names according
okay.
to Urban Dictionary.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
I'm going to start with Rob first.
Oh,
So can I just clarify? Is this Rob or Robert?
This is Rob.
Okay.
Rob.
Okay.
It means to take something without consent.
I wouldn't admit that, mate.
That's what it means, isn't it?
So Rob means Rob stands for random occurring boner.
What? You're making this up.
I got a Rob, and the example it gives is I got a Rob while giving an English presentation.
Got a Rob.
That's amazing. I've got a Rob.
I'm gonna remember it definitely. The Urban Dictionary thing. So young kids are running around saying this.
No, Urban Dictionary's not for young kids.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
not.
Oh okay.
And don't use young kids
No.
in a sentence.
But it's about boners.
With random
Okay.
occurring boners.
What?
Again, you get yourself in trouble. Rob, random occurring boner. Right, so next up, Harley.
Oh, okay.
Harley, a boy who is a baller.
Yep.
Harley is not gay. That's all it says.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You have your answers.
Did you
everyone.
write this yourself?
Yeah, that sounds like
Yeah,
no way.
I did a little bit of editing on the page earlier.
It's a pretty safe one.
That's a standard.
sounds
That's
like-
standard, you know.
a salty Harley who's gone on there.
See, I've been having a few hate comments this week, so I've been.
So Matt up next. Matt is a name originally used on boys with extraordinary large penises.
Wow.
If you're a girl and searching for one of these Matts, you will notice a Matt by his unique, handsome look. But don't worry, a Matt takes what he wants. Takes what he gets, as long as it has tits and a shaved pussy. And that's the definition on Urban Dictionary. I'm obviously just reading that off there.
Obviously, it doesn't
Don't
actually mean that
cancel
for Matt.
So the example that it gives: girl, wanna fuck? Matt, what the fuck? No, you're the biggest slut at our school. Girl, come on, Matt. Well, all right then. A pussy is a pussy, right?
Oh, that's amazing.
What do we think? Do they sound pretty true? I mean, Matt's obviously going to say yes.
Rob's clearly got a boner now.
I've got a Rob. He's got a Rob. Well, I'm a baller, and I'm not a homosexual, so yeah,
Okay.
standard for me.
Matt, what are you saying about yours? Does that ring true?
He
He doesn't want to admit.
No, he's
doesn't
already
admit.
said.
That's
He
so-
knows his missus is listening to this.
Yeah.
So mine last, and I think this is spot on. To be honest, I couldn't have said it about myself. Lewis is a normally sexy and medium height type of guy. True, very true.
You know what? Medium.
Hang on, yeah, medium. Come on, Lewis. You're pushing it a bit there.
Let me finish. Also, is a chick magnet to every girl.
Oh, again, not so true.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Very sporty and funny, and likes maths. I mean,
Do you like
play
maths?
football,
And likes maths.
hilarious, and I know my way around a calculator. Let's say that. He's a very flirty guy. Also has a huge dick that no one knows about.
There's no way
No,
that's
that
in there
last
as
bit
well.
is. You made that up. You definitely made that up.
So the only example it says is "Woman, you are sexy, Lewis." I hear that all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that was a brilliant.
Isn't
I
it
like
weird how true to life these are?
that. They are
No.
weird, are they?
It honestly, I've never known anything to be more true in my life. It's spooky.
It does. That does describe us pretty
Yeah.
well.
You're
Yeah.
delusional. No, the random bonus stopped a long time ago.
Thanks for clarifying that, Rob.
Who tries? Harley tries.
Put things in my mouth.
Harley is the fussiest eater we know, so every week we feed him something that we believe he won't have tried to try and expand his palate and find new foods for him to eat. Other than sausage rolls, which is basically his diet,
Yes, it
his
is.
entire diet.
I must admit, I'm a little bit worried about this one after last week's.
Last week's
one.
was fantastic.
Saying about this, I did listen to the podcast before I was on, and you said to Aaron,
Yeah, I did shoot myself in the foot. I literally
You
told you to
said
spice it up a
spice it up next week.
bit. You did not let me down.
So we fed Harley last week a giant gherkin. And when I say giant, it was
It was massive.
huge. It was at least 10 inches.
It was.
And incredibly spicy.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Right, so Matt is currently holding this week's Harley Tries, listeners. So Matt, please put it into Harley's hand. And Harley, do the usual, give us the sniff
Wow,
test.
there's quite a lot of it in my hands right
Once again, he's blindfolded.
Yeah,
he has
there's
no idea what he's about to eat. What does that smell like?
now. Smells quite nice. Smells almost like crispy biscuits.
Crispy biscuits. Okay.
It's like a mix between crisps and biscuits.
Right. Go ahead and try, Harley. Try.
All right, I'm going in. I actually can't fit that all in
Yeah,
my
you're
mouth.
probably going to have to do a
Yeah.
few.
Just do a couple.
Okay. Oh, I dropped one. Put it back. Good lad. Oh, that's really hard.
Yeah, okay.
What does it taste like? Do you know what the worst bit for me about Harley Tries is listening to you eat?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's really crunchy. What does it taste like? It tastes like some sort of crisp.
Okay. What sort of flavours are you getting?
Not much, to be honest. It's quite bland.
Really? Okay. Mate, I think your palate's fucked.
Maybe.
I honestly do.
Okay. It's not too bad, to be honest.
Okay.
I haven't really got any thoughts of what it is, but
So you can't describe any flavours? You just says it's bland. It's got to taste of something.
it tastes like crisps.
What flavour crisps?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Okay.
I've got another mouthful. Here we go. Let's see if I can get some more flavours out of this.
It looks like you did. Is that crunchy, is
Honestly,
It's
listeners,
really, it's really crunchy. I
it's the
follow.
crunchiest thing I've ever heard someone eat. Let's just hope you're all into ASMR. Come on, Harley. Take a guess.
it? Anything? Spices, flavours.
Anything.
I can't
Saltiness.
pick out
Honestly.
anything from it.
You're really not doing
So
this
you're not
segment
tasting
justice.
anything.
None of the flavours that I can taste
What you recognise.
seem. Yeah, I don't recognise them at all.
Okay, so you got no points of reference.
Yeah, it's not something that I've
Okay.
ever tasted. Before.
So give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'll tell you what it is.
I'll give it.
Fucking honestly, that is the crunchiest thing I've ever
I'm
heard.
sorry. Look, you're the one who's giving it to me.
I just can't believe you're still managing to crunch it.
You put a lot in my hands.
I did put quite a bit.
Oh, oh, too much by the sounds of
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna rate that a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, Harley tries pork scratchings.
Oh, okay.
Would you have tried them if we hadn't fed you them?
I probably would have. Yeah, pork's not too bad. I don't mind the taste of pork,
Okay.
but I've never tasted. Does
Does
it
it
didn't really
make
taste the
sense then?
pork. It doesn't.
No. Was there any like soft squidgy bits inside?
No, it was all crunch.
Okay.
It was just crunch.
I can't stand pork scratchings because when you bite into them,
Can I have a little look to see what they look like? Because
Yeah,
they felt like dog
they're like
biscuits.
little pig's ears.
Yeah, are they?
It's bits of pork skin.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a big. Eat that one.
Oh, that was a bit softer, that one.
Oh,
Oh, it's still crunch though.
I don't like it when you bite into a pork scratch and it's all gooey and like fatty inside. That honestly, I can't.
When you get a
stand it.
hairy one.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
hairy one.
No,
'Cause
it's not too
big
bad.
skin.
It's not too bad.
Fair
I
play.
would definitely eat that again.
Well, that is a success. A much better reaction to last week.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm sorry, listeners. I don't. My palate was a bit off the whiff there.
Off the wheel. Yeah. All right.
But thank you nonetheless.
The voice of the people. Another week, another voice of the people.
Yes, indeed. This week we have a question from one of our listeners. They've asked, have you guys ever had any heroic moments?
Oh, okay. Oh, great question.
So my one was a couple of years ago when I was working at a company in the UK called Argos. Big up
Oh,
Argos.
you may have heard it.
So basically, there was a conveyor belt in the stock room.
I know
where
the one. The big one that comes down through the middle.
It comes down through the middle of the stock room from
Yes.
upstairs to downstairs, where you put the products on when you want to send them downstairs, so they can get to the collection point.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the conveyor belt, even there was a big TV that was out of its box. I can't remember the reason why it was out of its box, but it wasn't in the box. It was just stood up. It was a massive TV. It was in working order and everything. And someone had sent down a big square box. I think it was like a microwave.
Okay.
And the problem with the square boxes is they often roll down the conveyor belt. So this thing
Really?
started to roll down the conveyor belt.
Not the first shaped box I would consider for rolling.
Well, I mean, they're heavy boxes and they're
Right.
big square, and on the
Okay.
conveyor belt, obviously, you
so
get an
it
angle
might
in
topple over.
It
Right, okay. I'm with you.
topples over and starts to roll. Excuse me, sorry, there's a pork scratches coming back out. So this microwave, let's just say it was microwave. This thing like starts to roll down the conveyor belt, and as it comes to the bottom, it hits the top of the TV, and the TV starts to fall over. Right. And I'm at the collection point, so like serving customers, and I turn around and managed to see this TV starting to tip, and instinct just kicked in. I started running, and it was literally I jumped and slid like a superhero on the floor, and
Right.
just managed to get my fingertips to the top of the TV, just before it hit the floor, and save the TV.
Why was the TV out of its box?
I can't remember.
Was it because it was a broken TV?
No, no, it wasn't broken. I got applauded for it because it was a working TV.
What, did you have an audience there?
There was a few people that I worked with
Oh, fair play.
who saw me do it, and obviously saw me slide across the floor like Indiana Jones, and just get my fingertips to the TV,
Fair
save
play.
the TV. Yeah.
Fair play. That's pretty heroic. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We do play football together. For for the listeners' sake, if you don't know that.
Yeah.
Next time you're in goal and you're on my team, can you please pull off a save like that? Because I've never seen anything quite like that on the football pitch from you.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
So if you could,
I used to be a lot more nimble back in the days,
Oh, yeah.
but
Matt, anything heroic from you?
I'm struggling here, but I can think of one. I can think of probably got so I've probably got more of being non-heroic, like the opposite of accidentally doing stupid stuff. But there's one time I can think of. I was driving down the road and I see.
excuse me, sorry.
That's you.
Excuse me.
And I seen this little kid who was probably about, I don't know, say 7,
Yeah.
and he's pushing his bike, and he's like in tears, and I could see that his chain had come off his bike, and he's
okay.
pushing his bike.
Oh,
So I pulled over and helped him get his chain on, and rang his mum and
Oh, fair play.
sorted him out.
How old was he?
Probably about 7, I reckon.
Oh, what a legend.
oh. Did you teach him how to do it, or did you just put it back on for him?
I showed him because, but I don't know if he took it in, but I showed him how to do
Had
it.
he like fallen off when it snapped or something, or when it came off? Or
I don't know, to be honest. I think he was just upset because he wanted to get home, and
probably
he was
knew he was going to be grounded if he didn't get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
well,
pretty
yeah,
good. Fair play.
That's very nice.
Top lad that move.
Top lad.
That move, yeah.
Go on then, Lewis. What's
My
your
heroic story is one that I know you're all aware of. So I dropped Rob off one night home. It was about 7:30 in the evening. It was February, so it was a bit dark. Driving down a country road and no street lights. I could see a car in front of me, a little bit of a way ahead. And as I'm driving down the road, I'm doing 50 on a 60.
Yeah.
And I see a red light flashing in the middle of the road all of a sudden. And I can't see what it is, but I'm looking, I'm thinking, what's that there? As I get closer, I realise there's a man led in the road.
Oh shit!
So I sort of swerved to quickly avoid him and pulled in as quickly after I could.
Yeah.
At which point I realised the car in front of me had pulled over as well. And there was a guy, the guy was in the road with his bike next to him. As I pulled in, the woman in the car in front of me got out and started screaming, I've hit him! I've hit him!
Shit.
So I was like, oh shit. So I started running back towards the guy because he wasn't moving. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, like no one's going to see me. If another car comes, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you might be
a goner
getting
as
it
well.
as well.
So I like waving my phone light as I get to him. and managed to flag down another car, but the guy's led in a pool of blood.
Shit.
She's hit him. He's gone over the car, and he didn't have a helmet on.
Oh.
Silly boy.
Yeah.
And he was there unresponsive. So I'm trying to talk to him, and he's unconscious. Long story short, called an ambulance. A few more people stopped, and there was a fair few people involved by this point, which was good. They were like wrapping him up, keeping him warm. I phoned the ambulance, and she said, "Right, you're gonna have to look to see if there's an injury." I said, "There's a lot of blood." So I pulled his hood down, and he had like a hole in his head, the size of 50p.
Jesus.
Yeah, but ambulance came. They managed to work their magic, and he was in hospital for a few days. Stitched his head up. And he was all right.
He was all right in the end.
He phoned me a week later.
Really?
Yeah, bizarrely enough, he'd got my phone number off of the police or someone, and he phoned me and told me he was all right and thanked me.
Oh, that's a nice story.
But yeah, it was scary as shit though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Terrifying.
So he was just completely laying it just in the middle of the road.
Unconscious. Yeah.
Fuck! Imagine
Yeah.
if you hadn't seen him.
All the light that I saw was, which was quite funny looking back on it, was the light on the back of his bike. But I don't know if you've seen them. You can get these bike lights that are shaped like testicles.
Oh yeah.
That hang off the back of the seat.
Yeah.
And it was one of them. So it was a flashing pair of red testicles that saved this man's life.
God, no wonder he stops.
Otherwise, I'd have likely driven over him.
Jesus Christ.
Finished him off.
Yeah.
Would have
Wow.
been nice.
Well, I mean, I've learned that we're all heroes today.
Yeah.
So
That was
pat on
quite
back,
alright.
everyone. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
If any of our listeners have got any heroic stories, feel free to send them in to us on our Instagram at Through the Wall Podcast.
So I brought it up to you guys before, but like being your friends and like having normal conversations like this, like we do, it's irritating when you're listening to the podcast and then you can't like chime in on stuff.
Oh, what? So you, as a listener, when you're listening to it,
Yeah, you kind of want to say, oh, whatever, or
chip in with a joke.
yeah, little comment. So here's a list of 48 things. No, it's not.
I was going to say, okay, I was going to take a
No,
little while.
joking. This is about. So you brought up on 2 podcasts before
Right.
about daddy long legs
Yes.
and
Yes,
being venomous, and
we have.
the first time you did do a fact check,
We did, yes, I remember.
but you did a fact check about a daddy long legs being
Being a crane fly.
a crane fly, right?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is what I'm bringing up is that it's a myth.
Okay.
So when people are talking about daddy long legs,
Yeah.
they're actually talking about the daddy long legs as in the spider with big legs,
Right.
not a flying daddy long legs, a crane fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a crane fly, because it's technically not a spider as well, it wouldn't be the most poisonous spider.
No. Okay.
That's a good point.
But the daddy long legs,
Yeah.
it can actually bite you,
Really?
but it's not
It's not poisonous.
poisonous. And the
Wow.
rumours may have sprouted from videos of them killing black widows.
Oh, shit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So black widow is known for being extremely poisonous.
Yes.
So if a daddy longlegs is killing a black widow, people assume that it is even more poisonous.
So how is he killing it? Just like out of brute force?
I don't know.
I don't know, you got to ask the
I don't
spider.
know.
So we've got a fact check wrong.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
you re-brought it up and got it wrong again.
Really? I got the fact check wrong?
No, I think
We didn't do a fact check the second time because
Oh,
we
yeah.
said we'd already done one.
The fact
we just
check.
talked about it being poisonous.
That's right, yes.
Yeah,
Ah,
because
okay.
you did the fact check about, you just said that daddy long legs are crane fly, but it's flying daddy long legs. But
Oh,
we think
okay.
of daddy long legs as
Well,
Wow, I wonder how many more fact checks I've got wrong.
there's listeners at home going,
We've been informing people all this time.
Well, fair play, Matt. You will now be known as the fact check checker.
The fact checker.
The fact check checker.
That's
Fair
brilliant.
play. Well, apologies, listeners, for our misinformation. But
Yeah, I'll have
we
to
make
put my
it
hands
no
up for that one.
secret of the fact that we are absolute morons.
There you go. So I've voiced it for everyone who's been shouting at home.
God, Lewis. Do you know what time it is?
I know it's not 1 o'clock, and I know it's not 2 o'clock. I know it's not 3 o'clock, but it is quiz o'clock.
Oh,
So
it's
let's
quiz
get
o'clock.
Quizzical.
Let's get quizzical. Quizzical. I wanna get quizzical. Quizzical. Woo! Right, Lewis, I'm taking over the quiz this week. You've been fired, mate, as quizmaster, because you've been making it too hard. So I thought I'd take over, and we're doing a little bit of a space-themed quiz this week.
Okay, fantastic.
So, are you all ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm glad to be this side of the table for once. So
Ooh.
yeah, take it away.
I'm nervous.
You can be Jizzmaster tonight.
Jizzmaster. Okay, I'm glad to be Jizzmaster, boys.
Yeah, I thought you'd
Right, question number 1. Which is the second smallest planet in our solar system?
Okay, I've got it.
The second smallest, not the first smallest, not third, the second.
Okay, maybe I've not got it.
Ooh. What are your first thoughts?
I'm not going first.
Do you know the answer?
I think I do.
Oh, okay, yeah, you
I
go
knew Rob
last
would do
then.
well at this one.
No, don't say anything yet. I've not.
The second smallest.
The second smallest.
Can you tell us the smallest?
No, I can't because I didn't research that.
What's the smallest? No, you can't really tell us the smallest because it rules out an answer.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm worried here if we're classing.
Well, we can rule out the
We
biggest
class in Pluto
ones.
as a
So
planet.
Jupiter. That's not obviously it.
Yeah.
I can't refer
Hang
anything,
on, are
I'm
you
afraid.
counting Pluto as a planet?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So no.
So it's obviously not.
So
Pluto.
no, we won't count Pluto as
I
a
have
planet
my
'cause I've
answer
just
now,
revealed
then.
that.
So that's also not the smallest.
I'm going to go with... Mars.
Okay. Lewis gone Mars. Rob, what are you saying?
Kepler 9b. No, I'm joking. No, I'm saying Mercury.
Mercury.
Yeah, that's my first thought.
I thought Mercury, but I think it might. I'm going to go Neptune.
So just to clarify, Lewis, you're Mars.
Yeah.
Rob is,
Mercury.
and Matt is Neptune.
Neptune, yeah, I
Hang on,
forgot it.
I think though you said that Pluto. It doesn't matter if Pluto is classed as not.
So
If-
basically,
if-
it's not the answer.
If Pluto, yeah, but if it
Yeah,
is
but if
classed
it's
as
the
a
s-
planet, then that changes my answer.
Well, I don't know. It's not the answer. Pluto's
Because
not
if
the answer.
Pluto-
That's all I know.
Because if it is
I
a
would
planet,
go, I would
Mercury-
go Mercury if Pluto was classed as a planet.
You gave your first answer,
That's my-
mate. We've
that's
tried.
my
We've
thoughts
tried
as well, yeah.
That's my
backtracking.
logic.
Yeah.
So I need to know. You've
What would Lewis
You've
say if
given me
he was
9 out of 10
confused the
numbers.
quiz?
Right, this is the last time you're being a bloody quizette rather than a quizmaster.
like Matt's got the same problem here.
No. This is not a problem.
So-
Look, all I do is
You
ask
need to find out the
questions, right?
smallest.
But what's the smallest planet? Is Pluto a planet? Because
I don't know. I don't know if this is.
I hate not
know.
doing the quiz. If Pluto's a planet, then I'm going to change my answer. But
I can't. Don't know if this question is included Pluto or not. I don't know when it was written.
get me back on the questions.
What's the answer?
I'm gonna take. All right, I'm gonna just give you the answer. All right, we can move on to the
Give me the
second
point
one.
as well, because
The answer is Mars.
oh right,
Is it? You fucking kicked off that much.
You arsehole.
yeah, I'll take that.
I don't think that was.
Okay, so if that is
Mate.
so, in that case, I think Pluto can't be counted as a planet, which technically it's not these days, but it depends when the questions were written.
They keep
Yeah.
changing their
So
mind. I think it
Mercury
is
is going to be the smallest, then it's Mars, then I think it's probably actually Earth. But
To be honest, I wasn't expecting that much of a kick up about it. to be
Mate.
honest,
Can we just
but-
do a fact check on the planets in size order?
Yes, of course.
Insert fact here.
The planets in our solar system, starting from the smallest in radius, are Mercury, Mars, Venus, Earth, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. There we go.
Mate, you went on for a minute and a half.
It's a bit
No.
right.
You had Mars.
Right,
The
that's-
whole time.
you had it right the whole time. Fucking hell. Right, hopefully you don't bloody try and contest this question. So question number 2 is, which planet has the most volcanoes?
Oh, bloody.
Active or inactive?
Bob, I don't fucking know.
Well,
It doesn't make a difference.
Right.
They're still volcanoes, all right?
Yeah, he's got a point. Come on. You wouldn't play Anne Robinson up like this.
no, yeah, well,
Yeah, she would be having none of this.
No. Channel your inner Anne Robinson.
Okay.
And planet with the most volcanoes was
The
that?
planet with the most volcanoes.
okay, I don't know.
I'm gonna go Earth.
You gonna go Earth?
I don't. Yeah, it's a complete
That's-
guess.
Good one, if it.
Yeah, that's a good guess, I guess. Rob, what are you saying?
Jupiter, 'cause it's the biggest. That's
Yeah.
my guess. Do you?
Okay,
because-
fair enough.
I'm going Venus.
Okay, so Lewis Earth, Rob Jupiter, Matt Venus. The answer is Venus. So
Yes.
well done, Matt.
Oh, well done. Was that a complete guess?
No, because it's the hot one and Mars is the cold one, but I always thought it was the other way around.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Didn't know Venus. Oh, well.
Knowledge.
So, question number 3. How old is the sun?
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
This is going to be a closest to.
This is contested though, isn't it? This is like load. I don't know.
I've got a
a good point.
rough number.
yeah. It celebrated its
It's a
birthday last
rough
week.
number, but it's an exact number, if that makes sense. So whatever's closest to the number I've got written down will be awarded a point at the
the
end of this.
sun's
Age.
age.
Yes. How old is the sun? Roughly.
4 billion years old.
I was going to say 4.5, but no. I mean,
Well, you still
Are
can.
you going to say 4.5?
yeah, 4.5.
Okay, so
gonna
let's go
go-
4.
25 billion.
Oh, we've gone one end of the spectrum and then another end of the
I shouldn't
spectrum.
have gone that high, should I?
So, Rob wins a point because it is roughly 4.6 billion years old.
Ah, fair play.
So well in, Rob.
Well done, Rob.
There we go.
That was my next
They
guess.
say that. Exactly.
God, we're all tied up at the moment with 1 point each. So it's anyone's game right now. The next question is, why can you not walk on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus or Neptune?
I think I know this one.
If you think you know it, we'll leave it to last to ask you for the question.
I think I know it as well.
Why can't you walk?
Why can't you walk on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus or Neptune? God, what are you thinking? I can see there's a lot of thoughts going around your head right now.
They don't have a solid surface.
Okay, so what are you saying, this?
I was going to say something similar is they are made of, they're like gaseous, so they're made of gas.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking
gas
the
surface.
exact same thing.
Right, okay, well done everyone. You all got a point. I think that was quite an easy question.
I was worried for a second because I thought it was about the gravity for
Well-
1 second.
I thought that, but then I was like, no. I thought it was going to be like a splitting hairs moment where you're going to say, "Oh no, there's not enough oxygen. You can't walk there anyway." Something like that. Yeah.
Well,
But
I wish I had a question like that. I wish I was smart enough to think of a question like that.
there
But,
you go.
but yeah, so the answer was because they do not have solid surfaces. So next question. How long does it take the moon to pass through all of its phases?
Phases.
Phases. So the moon has different phases that it passes through. It takes a certain amount of time to go through all of them. How long is that time?
I will answer last.
Remember it from the Jaffa Cakes advert. Total eclipse. Eats it.
Phases.
I'm gonna go
So are you
48 months.
48 months, okay.
No, hang on.
okay? So
I meant, sorry, 24 months.
24 months. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm locking it in. 24 months, says Matt.
well, I was going to ask. You're not talking about like full moon, half moon.
Yeah.
So
I
like, let's
can't-
say-
Phases
ca-
is the question.
I cannot reveal that, Rob. All I can say is, how long does the moon take to pass through all of its phases? That's all I can say, unfortunately.
I don't know. The question's very vague, so I'm going to go 28 days because
Okay.
I think it's the shorter one. But then there's another one where it's like 9 months, I believe. So don't know.
Okay, is that your final answer then? 28 days?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Lewis, what are you saying?
Is this a closest to answer?
Yes.
I was going to go 28 days as well, but
Yeah, I'm
I'm
worried.
going to
I've gone,
go
wait,
12 months.
12 months. So 12 months, 24 months for Matt, and 28 days for Rob. Rob, well done. You've won the point. It is 29 days.
Oh, you could have gone one
Yeah.
more.
I was tempted to, I'm not going to lie. And I only really went with a month because I thought, I'll go for a different answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, a year, because I thought I'll go for a different answer for competition's sake.
Well done, Rob.
Fair play, Rob.
you think about it, you don't only get a full moon every 2 years, do you?
No.
The next question is, what does NASA stand for?
Oh,
No, put your.
I'm writing it down because I'm not going to. Hang on. Yeah. Okay.
I thought you were about to go get your phone out or something. Then I thought you were going to start trying to cheat.
Yeah.
So it's an acronym for something. So what is the acronym? Oh, there's a lot of thinking going on in this room.
I think it's hard
I'm not
to,
going first. On
It's
that.
hard to like chip in as well, because if someone gets like half of it.
I can see you all trying to silently do it. This is
I'm
Rob's
writing
right to be the
NASA
quiz
with my
master.
fingers.
We're all going to be annoyed because we've all heard it, haven't we?
Anyone want to go first?
No.
Are you all still thinking?
I've got my answer. Rob's written it down. Matt, have you got an answer?
No, I have a word.
Can you give us the first word?
No, I can't, because otherwise that ruins the quiz then, Rob. doesn't it?
It's not
the easy Okay. one
Do you want, so, Lewis, do you think you've got it?
I think so.
Rob,
I
do you
don't
think you've
I
got
know
it?
The answer, but
I honestly, I'm torn between two options because I think I'm either making it really, really complicated or really, really easy, and I don't know which. I'm deciding yet, so give me a minute.
All right, Matt, have you got an answer?
No.
I'm going to have to push you guys for an answer, Rob and Matt.
It's like a...
I'm gonna go the National Association of Space Adventures.
Okay, thank you for that answer.
Space Adventures.
Sorry, I just completely flew straight over my head then. I didn't even realise what you said. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay, thank you for that. Rob?
Matt.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
It's 4 letters in an acronym. I'm sure you could figure something out for it. Could be naughty aunts, shaved
Naughty
asses.
astronauts,
Sail away.
something, aerospace.
Okay, we're just going to put NA for that.
Come on then,
Rob.
Rob. I'm waiting to hear what you've got written down.
Okay, well, I haven't written actually the whole thing, but I thought it was going to be
Time's ticking, Rob.
okay. Nautical Aerospace Systems Agency.
Oh, okay, so we got some interesting answers this time.
Come on, put us out of our misery because I am intrigued.
The answer is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Yeah.
Space
I'm sure they had adventures in there.
Yeah, so the last question we're going to do today will be, how many stars make up the Big Dipper?
Oh,
What?
The Big Dipper.
I don't know what the Big Dipper is.
It's the new McDonald's chicken nuggets. No, I'm joking. It's a star constellation.
It could well be for all I know, mate. I've got
7.
no idea.
They're saying 7.
I'm saying 8.
Rob's saying 8.
I was gonna go. I'm gonna go 6.
So we got 6, 7, 8. Wow, interesting. The answer is 7 stars.
Oh yes.
So well done, Lewis. There's a point for you.
Get in there.
Shit.
I thought it was 7, but I wanted the point.
Yeah, that's why I went
Give me
8.
your iPad quick. I need another question. So a tiebreaker question for Rob and Lewis, seeing as they are both on 3 points. How many of our planets can be seen without a telescope? I'll repeat that again. So it's how many of our planets can be seen without a telescope? Matt, you can chip in if you want. I mean, it won't count towards anything, but
I don't have a clue. I know there's at least 3, but I don't want to be.
Rob, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look like you're thinking about anything right now. No comment. Okay, fine. Fair enough.
I'm gonna say. Rob, have you got a guess? Okay, I'm gonna go 4.
Rob, sorry, Lewis has gone 4. Rob, what are you saying for this?
I think it's more than 4, but I think it's 5.
Okay, so Rob's gone 5. Lewis has gone 4. Oh. So the winner of this week's quiz is Rob with the exact right answer. It is 5.
What are the planets?
The planets are Mercury, Venus,
I didn't count Mercury.
Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn.
I thought Mercury
5
might
planets.
be either too close to the sun or too far away.
So that was quite a high-scoring quiz. Well done, boys.
Thank you very much
I
for
feel
that.
like I may have made it a little bit too easy, but hey,
Well done, Cheers, Master.
Yeah, thank you all for playing. Feel free to let us know how everyone at home got on if you're playing along.
Did
We'd
you
love to
beat
hear
the
your
boys?
answers. Exactly. Probably not too hard to, but
Is that one pod point?
that is. Oh God, Rob, you're quite on the pod points these days.
Well, I've already got 2 now. So
He's got 2 pod points.
Ooh.
So
In
well in,
the
mate. Well in.
lead. Unfortunately, listeners, it is time for us to say goodbye. But thanks once again for listening. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. Don't forget to get in contact, get in touch, hit us up on the socials with any questions, any stories, any scenarios you want to put to us at Through the Wall Podcast on Instagram and
At Through the Wall Podcast on TikTok. We also do have a YouTube channel now, which is just Through the Wall Podcast on YouTube. So feel free to go over there, give us a like and subscribe. Oh shit! I just broke a pen. Sorry.
oh, it's a fucking good pen that.
Sorry.
Oh, you arsehole.
I didn't even know I was doing that. My bad. But nonetheless, we will see you the same time next week. See you there, everyone.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.